Ladies and gentlemen, the Nintendo Switch 2 has almost been out for 2 months now, and it seems like it had, a little bit of a slower start, but I feel like it's finally caught some traction, and we have some amazing games that have been coming out. So in this video, I'll tell you the best new Nintendo Switch 2 games that are worth checking out. Let's go ahead and get right into this video. Yeah, so the Nintendo Switch 2, the console we speculated on for, it seems like 50 years, right? What the hell is the Switch 2? Is it going to be called the Switch 2? What are we doing here? Well, we finally know what we're doing here. We're playing an amazing console with some great games. And in this video, we have some very interesting games that have came out recently that are worth checking out, as well as one that I kind of have to warn you about. So before we get started, if you could hit a like and subscribe. And on top of that, how could I forget? Guys, thank you so much for 20,000 subscribers. This is crazy, truly crazy to me. I am forever grateful. And also follow me on Twitter and Instagram so we can keep our amazing communities growing. And let's go ahead and get right into this video. So I have to start this video off with Donkey Kong Bananza. I mean, how could I not talk about this game? Even though it just came out a little over a week ago, I have already beat this game. I actually beat it the morning that I'm recording this video. I'm not going to spoil it at all. All I can say is how do you make a game this incredible? How do you make it exceed all my expectations? How do you do so many callbacks, as well as kind of map out the future of this new franchise? Or I guess they kind of reinvented 3D Donkey Kong for a franchise, and man, it's incredible, So in my personal opinion, I think it is a top 5 Nintendo game of all time. And Donkey Kong's not even one of my favorite Nintendo characters. Well, maybe he is now, after playing Donkey Kong Bananza. Pauline and Donkey Kong's relationship is just charming, and they're like the perfect duo. Every single layer in this game, which is like the next level, every single layer just is more impressive and more fun to explore, and Nintendo really has something very special here. I'm not even kidding. Just for the sake of this video, this is a 10 out of 10 masterpiece. So, we also have to talk about WWE 2K25. I could be wrong, but I think the last time we got a wrestling game on a Nintendo console was WWE 2K18 maybe? And let's just say it could have been better or playable. Yeah, let's go with that one. It could have been playable. It was a nightmare, a mess. I mean, kind of funny as well, like a straight up comedy sometimes, watching the clips of people playing it, or at least trying to play it. But, they decided to skip a couple years, and that is for great reason. Now, when I learned that this was coming to the Switch 2, I was excited to get it back on Nintendo platforms, but cautious, right? How could I not be cautious? I mean, you would be a fool not to. Not only do I think this game looks amazing on the Nintendo Switch 2, I think it's up there neck and neck with the PlayStation 5. Sure, the PS5 may take it in some performance and graphics by a little bit, but I could be biased, and I probably am. I think the colors look better on the Switch 2. And the fact that you can play this handheld, and going from the previous entry on the Switch to this, that's a marvel right there. So if you're a wrestling fan, or you just want to play something fun, I would say definitely give this one a chance. So I have been skateboarding my entire life. It's just one of my favorite things. I still skateboard to this day, and I watch all the contests, and I keep up with all the pro skateboarders. But it all started with Tony Hawk Pro Skater, and it wasn't even the actual game. It was this right here. This was the demo disc that you would get when you would order Pizza Hut. Maybe, does it have a year? I want to say like 99? Yeah, 99 I believe. And this is how I got my entry into skateboarding. And over 2 decades later, it's still a major part of my life. So when I learned that Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4 was getting remastered or remade, what do they call it? I don't even know, who the hell cares? But when I learned that was coming, not only just we're gonna get to play it, but it's coming to the Switch 2, I was very excited. Something I did not expect was the Tony Hawk Pro Skater team to reach out to me and ask me, do I want to check out the game? And I said, hell yeah. Not only that, they gave me an extra copy that I gave away to one of you guys during a stream. So, this is just awesome, right? The only thing that could make this better is if the game was great. And not to spoil anything, but it was great, and it is great. Yes, sometimes when I'm playing it, I feel like there might be something missing, but it's only because I'm so nostalgic for the old games, and I actually think those games hold up incredibly well, and I've beat a majority of them, like again, in the past year. I think the Game Boy Advance ports are some of the greatest ports in all of gaming. But Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4 on the Switch 2, again, dare I say it, is a masterpiece. The only thing that's a little off is some of the soundtrack, and I understand that, licensing is a crazy thing. So I knew it wasn't going to be possible to have the same soundtrack. But I think the gameplay is incredible. I think the levels look beautiful. I think the mechanics are actually really good. At first, they were a little off-putting because they were so polished, and I'm kind of used to the jank of the old games, and there's a lot of fun Easter eggs in this. And surprisingly, they only made the game $50. Now, even though I got the game for free, they gave me the DLC version or whatever the hell you call it. So I got whatever was in the DLC. I would not recommend buying that. I don't think it's a great deal. You get 2 characters and some extra music, I think, and that's pretty much it. If I had to recommend it, just get the base game. It's $50 and you're really going to be in for a treat. We also have to talk about No Sleep for Kaname Date from AI, the Summoning Files. Yeah, man, there's a lot going on in this title. Open your third eye to seek a way out. Iris, the internet idol, has been abducted by aliens? Finding herself on board of a mysterious UFO and tasked with completing a bizarre escape game, Iris knows there's one person who she can always count for help: Kaname Date. As Date, conduct investigations, solve escape game puzzles, and sink into the dreams of potential suspects to help Iris escape and unravel the mystery behind the Third Eye game. So if you ever wanted to know, should a game be for you or not, did you just hear that damn description I gave you? That sounds like one of the coolest and most funnest things you could possibly do in a game, especially when every game seems to be like cookie cutter and a clone of the game previous. This is something interesting, something different, and full price at only $40. Wild Hearts S just recently came out for the Nintendo Switch 2 as well. Fight back against giant nature-infused beast. As a hunter, you will face off against beasts that have endured blazing lava, raging blizzards, and more in the harsh lands of Azuma. These beasts embody the very essence of nature in all its beauty and ferocity. The key to surviving the fight lies in joining forces with comrades and wielding Kuruki technology. No one remembers why the Kimono began their rampage through a once prosperous Azuma. Fueled by desperation, they wield the power of primal nature at its most destructive. For a while, it seemed that no one could stand against her overwhelming might, but hope arrives in the form of a formidable hunter armed with deadly weapons and ancient technology called Kuruki that could turn the tide of battle. So what's really interesting about this game is I've heard from a lot of people that have tried Monster Hunter and thought they would like it, but unfortunately didn't. Something in this game clicked for them, and it was everything they were looking for or thought they were looking for. It just clicked for some reason. So maybe it's like the mechanics of the game or the setting or just everything, but they have something really special here. This is a game I didn't expect to come to the Switch 2, but I mean, are we really complaining? Just another really cool game on the Nintendo Switch 2. And that's awesome that you can play something like this handheld. Now there's a video game character that's been around for quite a while, and well, you've probably played this game. So what if there was a new game with this character? Well, it would probably be like the old games, unless they could reinvent that somehow. But how do you do that? You know what I mean? How is that even possible? Well, you play Shadow Labyrinth. This is a 2D action platformer and a genre-twisting alternate take on the iconic Pac-Man. As Swordsman number 8, you're awoken by a floating yellow orb, Puck, on a mysterious planet amidst relic of wars past. You are chosen to become the instrument of its will. To survive, you will discover many secrets, consume your enemies, and grow from prey to the apex predator as you embrace your true purpose. If this is what we're doing in gaming currently, I am all for this. Search the remnants of an age-old intergalactic conflict, starting long before your arrival, and discover new powers and abilities. Use them to traverse an alien world as you battle dangerous creatures and evolved monsters. When I first seen the trailer for this, I almost thought it was a parody. I cannot remember what it's called, but there's an animated series where they make each episode about a specific game. I think it's called like Level something. Forgive me for not knowing. but I believe they made an episode of Pac-Man and then based this off that episode. And some way, somehow, it turned into something really badass. So not only do we have some amazing Nintendo Switch 2 games that you need to play, there's one I gotta warn you about, and surprisingly, it's coming from Nintendo themselves. That is a new Nintendo Switch 2 version of Mario Party Jamboree plus Jamboree TV, I believe that's what it's called. You know, on the surface you would think, cool, more Mario Party, and it's a Switch 2 version, so better graphics and performance, and this is awesome. But that's not the case at all. You're getting the Switch 1 version of the game that's 720p, and then paying $20 extra, or if you don't have the game, you're paying $80 freaking dollars. And then you're getting Jamboree TV, and that has Switch 2 graphics and mouse mode stuff and some game chat stuff, but you're only getting the entire game as a Switch 1 version. So Nintendo is bamboozling you, and that really sucks. So in my opinion, it's a scam. It is not worth money, especially $80. Maybe if you already own the game and you want to pay $20 to get some more mini games and some mouse control stuff, sure, but still, it just seems like a scam to me. So I just want to warn you guys that if you're thinking about picking it up and you thought you're getting the Switch 2 version of Mario Party Jamboree, you're not. You're not getting the Switch 2 version at all. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, the Switch 2 is really starting to hit its stride, and we're at the beginning of this generation. Can you imagine in a year, or 2 years, or 5 years? Not even kidding. It is going to be the best console in the world to collect for. So let's start collecting for it. I don't know. Yeah, if you made it to this part of the video, hit a like and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Follow your boy on Twitter and Instagram. And you guys know me. I'll see you very soon with a new video. Peace out.